Hey everyone, ML Nation, happy Friday, happy Saturdays for all our friends out in Asia and Europe. We got a great show today with JenniferMcCune. Jennifer, you ready?
I am ready. Thanks, Simon.
All right, so for those who are on here on this Facebook Live, I'm going to share it, Jennifer. You can share it right now. I'm going to add it to my fan page here. And then we will get started. So we have Ian Tran from Melbourne. Hey, Ian, what's going on, buddy? Good morning for you out there. Ian's awesome. And let me get it on here. And give me 10 more seconds. All right. Yamid, how's it going? Jose, it's good to see you. And we are going to get started right now. So Jennifer, you ready?
I am ready.
You were born ready. Okay, here we go. Get the backup with the backup. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. ML Nation, this is Simon Chan, and I'm fired up to bring our special guest today, JenniferMcCune. Jennifer, are you ready to make it happen?
I am ready, Simon. Thank you for inviting me.
JenniferMcCune earned a PhD in Spanish and decided to pursue academia before she realized that it turned reading from her passion into a job. She eventually switched and got a job working for the Department of Defense and had 3 kids before she countered network marketing. When Jennifer first discovered MLM, she was hesitant at first, but she decided to join because, hey, it could be a great learning experience. And it turned out to be a great decision because a year later, she was laid off from her job, but fortunately, by that time, she had built a solid MLM business already. Today, Jennifer is an MLM leader, a 6-figure earner, and loves the fact that network marketing allows people to give back in ways that they couldn't before. So Jennifer, I give an MLM Nation just a brief background, but please share more about what your past and how you came across network marketing.
Yeah, thanks so much, Simon. What a great introduction. I appreciate it. So when I found my current business in network marketing, I was really loving what I was doing, but I was working full time. I was going to school at night. I was trying to find a way to get ahead financially and find time where I could be with my kids. And I learned about my current business, and I never thought of doing direct sales, never thought of MLMs. I didn't know the acronym. I didn't really know anything about the business except for traditional things that we think of from like the 50s and 60s. So my first thought was like, no, I don't know. And my second thought was, why not? Like you said, Simon, at the very least, I would get free entrepreneurial training. My background in academia, I love learning. So I decided to hop on board, figuring at the very least, I would get some great products and get some great training. At the very most, I would find the answer to my dreams, which was to be able to have some financial freedom for my future and be with my kids.
So how did it go when you first started, your first couple weeks?
Well, I thought I was going to die, but I didn't. I realized that I had to pick up the phone and start sharing with people what I was doing, and I lost 10 pounds. I was really, really nervous about it, but I broke it down into pieces, just like when I was working on my dissertation. I said, listen, 5 people a day, Jennifer, that's all you got to do. And I would even pray, hope, whatever word you want to put in there, that people wouldn't answer because it was just so nerve-wracking to say, yes, I have my PhD and now I'm doing this business. And, you know, I didn't die. I learned a lot. I found a lot of people who were really supportive, and I started growing right away and earned my initial investment back, you know, my first month in business.
So you lost 5 pounds? How did you lose 5 pounds? Just from
I lost 10 pounds because I was so nervous by picking up the phone. It just made me so anxiety ridden. It was so far out of my comfort zone to do anything like this. It was really like most of us, just nothing I had ever done before or nothing I had ever dreamed I would do before.
So how did you overcome the fear? Because I know that the fear, that phone can weigh a lot, right? It's a really heavy phone. How did you overcome that fear? And to really, you know, because you did pretty well. You were able to earn your money back in the first month. What did you do to overcome that?
You know, I broke it down into bite-sized pieces. The person who introduced me to this business just said, you can't eat an elephant in one bite, one step at a time. And so that's what I did. I said, listen, if I just break it down and I talk to 5 people a day, that's, 35 people in a week, which is, over 100 people in a month. And you just keep on adding that down. But I didn't look at the big picture. I guess I put myself in like, Alcoholics Anonymous or some sort of program like that, where you just take it day by day. I said, today, just focus on today. Reach out to 5 people today and do it right away and move on. And that really helped me a ton, because it got easier and easier by doing that.
And just to talk a little bit about how you got into the business again, you were sponsored by a stranger on LinkedIn.
Absolutely.
Right.
So this was a great story. Yeah. So I was really very frustrated with my job, with the lack of upward mobility, with the fact that they owned my time, told me when I could be with my kids, told me when I could go on vacation, told me how much I was going to earn the rest of my life. I was really frustrated that that my life was not my own, basically. It was my employer's. So I was really open to ideas, and I was on different part of different groups and LinkedIn, and somebody posted, I'm looking to expand my business. Let me know if you're interested. And 2 days later, I signed on our top kit package. And 3 days later, I promoted right away. Never even had met this person until 6 months into the business. So I'm really grateful that she posted about it.
So can you walk us through the process? Because a lot of people are interested in that. So you saw something on LinkedIn, someone wants to expand a business. So you reached out to her, and what was the communication like before? Did you send a video immediately, or did she build a relationship first? What was the process like?
That's a great question. So absolutely, she posted. So we were part of this group together. It was like a training and technology group, or something related to my background, which was training using technology. And she posted in there, I'm looking to expand my business. Let me know if you're interested. And I posted, yes, I am. So she reached out and said, great, let's have a phone call. So we scheduled a phone call for later that day or the next day. I had a phone call, an initial phone call, to even see if I was interested. And I was. So then she sent an email with more information, and having scheduled a time to chat with her sponsor. So I looked at the email, had my questions ready, chatted with her sponsor, and the next day enrolled.
So she talked to you and had her sponsor come in. That's very important. Like she had the expert come in. Very good stuff.
Once she did the initial vetting to see if I was even interested.
Right. So you never met them. You never? Very cool. So let's move forward a little bit. How many years of MLM experience has it been now? 5?
I started May of 2012, the end of May. So a little over 4 and a half.
In your 4 years, what is your worst moment in network marketing?
That is such a great question too. And I think our worst moments are our defining moments. What are we gonna do with that? So I had gotten 6 promotions in the first year in my business, and I went on a year and a few months, and I went on a fabulous trip that our company sponsored, and met a lot of great people, and went to one of our conventions as that level, and really enjoyed those perks. And then I fell. And that was really, really hard for me. And we had another convention coming up, and I had not maintained that title. And some of my friends had far surpassed that, and some of my other friends had fallen. And some of my friends who had fallen said, if I don't get back to that level, I'm not going to go to convention. And I went having fallen, not maintaining those perks, not maintaining the lucky seating, the earned seating, the great training. And it was really, really hard for me, but it was a very defining moment that I had to take a step back and look at why I had fallen and what my choices were. And that really changed my business, to have that introspection, to really speak with other leaders, to really see what I needed to do to not only to progress to that next level and maintain it, but to ultimately to move to the top of our business.
So what did you have to do? What was missing at that point that was holding you back?
You know what was really missing, Simon, is, we meet so many great people in network marketing, so many wonderful people that we never envisioned prior to having entered this business, but none of them are like us. And we work so hard to try and be like somebody else rather than authentically finding our own voice. And each of us has a unique thing to bring to this business. For me, there aren't that many people who've been in academia and then make the transition to direct sales. Pick your thing, whatever it is. There's something unique about you. And I was trying so hard to be what everybody else was, that my mentors, who are wonderful, wonderful people, but they're not me. I'm uniquely me. And so really finding my own voice and recognizing that for me, ultimately, the foundation of what I believe in life is education, and people educating themselves and learning to see what's going to fit best for them. And when I found that voice and weave that into my stories and my calls with other people on my team and other interested people, that completely changed everything for me about why I'm doing this, and for people being the types of people who are attracted to my team.
By the way, if you like this, for those who are watching Facebook Live, please give them thumbs up and hearts, and also share this as well. We got some really good questions coming up, okay? So this one is, you have 3 kids. How did you balance time? I mean, you had a job and 3 kids and still be able to build a solid business. So like when you did eventually you got laid off, you had a good income to come to. Can you share some time management tips?
Absolutely. So one of the things that I did is I would listen to a training call on the way to work. If it was a time when I could not be doing income producing activity, it was too early to be making calls to anybody, I would listen to a training call. I took back my lunch hour. I have been working for my boss through my lunch hour, through my breaks, and I took that back and I would make calls. And what I would do is on Sunday, I would lay out all the people I was going to call that week. So not only during my lunch hour, but if I was running an errand or if I had 10 minutes, I had the list right in front of me so that I didn't waste time thinking, oh gosh, who should I call now? Who should I message now? I had it all laid out for the week. And night times after the kids were in bed, I didn't watch TV anymore. I didn't read for fun anymore. Those first few years, it was all about being with the kids, doing my job, or growing my business.
Good stuff. I think I love the way that you plan it, you lay it out on Sunday.
Yes.
And your company pays you monthly too.
Yes,
right?
We get paid monthly.
And absolutely. I think a lot of problems I've encountered, people who companies pay them monthly, is they wait to the last week to get going. But you actually plan it every Sunday. You have a list of people, and then throughout the whole week you work through that list, right?
Absolutely. And it's funny you mentioned that. One of my direct team members asked me at the end of October, she said, Jennifer, what do you do differently at the end of the month versus any other day? And I said, that's the difference. I don't do anything differently at the end of the month. Every single day I reach out to 10 new people. Every single day I do my income producing activity first. And then from there, work with my team and professional development. But every single day, it's that 10 new people.
Very, very good. Yeah, I like that. You don't do anything differently at the end of the month. That's a good way to put it, because it's all about the consistency.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
What was a light bulb moment for you, aha moment, where something happened, or maybe you went to an event and then your income really took off?
Shortly after that convention, when my income started taking off, when I started, realizing what I needed to do to get back where I was and beyond, my husband got really, really ill. And it was a very challenging time for us. We live in Virginia. We had a lot of snow days. He was in the hospital, critically ill, not sure what the outcome would be. My kids didn't have school. I have 3 kids. So working to find care for them, working to do what I needed for my husband. And there was no time for me. And it was really interesting to see how this business, it was so powerful in our lives. It was, I was able to do Facebook while he was lying there. I was able to do messages. I was able to go out in the hall and take a quick phone call here and there. And that month, my business grew 53%. And it was the first month that I was able to pay for all of our bills. And God forbid that I should have needed to have done so. but it was so powerful, showing that, gosh, this is exactly what I need in my life right now. There's no other business that I could do that I could get 8 weeks off and it could grow 53%, that I could get the support and love from my team, that I could be able to still have my kids taken care of and still be able to have the money and the finances to do what I need for our family. Extremely powerful, and total aha of this business is so much more than I ever even envisioned.
What would you consider to be your proudest or the happiest moment in network marketing?
So, this business does so many things. It brings so many wonderful people into your life, or people you had in your life before. And one of my first team members has been a great friend of mine for years. And this is a business that would be way outside of her comfort zone as well, something she would never think of doing. And shortly after I earned a vehicle, I earned a free car in our company program, she and one of her team members did the same thing, and we had her event and another event a couple of months ago with the other team members. And I said, gosh, as wonderful as it was for me to earn a Lexus, it's so much more exciting and fulfilling and emotional to have your team members do that as well. It's so exciting to see that happen for others.
Definitely. Now, you said that network marketing allows, one of your favorite things about network marketing is allows us to give back more. And I think that's one of the reasons I love network marketing, because I have 3 beliefs. Number 1 is like network marketing helps us unleash our unlimited potential. And number 2 is it allows us to give back more. So can you share a little bit about that, giving back, and how network marketing has affected you in that area of life?
One of the things that I really love to do is I really love to be able to be part of the community. And so it's enabled me, there are obviously dollars that we have a little bit more expendable income that we envisioned as we grow in our network marketing businesses, but we also have that time. And so I'm able to be with the kids before and after school, which means that I can be part of their school. I can be part of the coaches for different things that they're doing. I can be part of the community, our local chamber. I'm very active in the local chamber and some women's business groups, and I have my own networking group that I bring women together. So it's the money that we're able to do, but it's also that time that we just cannot get back, which has been really, really incredible.
Very inspiring. By the way, those on Facebook Live, you like this, please thumbs up and hearts. And those who subscribe, you like these live interviews, please subscribe at the button at the top there. So next time we go live, you get notified as well. Now, where do you see network marketing headed to? Because you have a very interesting story. You're academia. Most people think people with PhDs are into school. It's kind of like the rich dad, poor dad. They're in the poor dad track. There's more school education.
Right.
Yet you were open to it right away, right? Where do you see network marketing? Do you see more people open to this than when you first started?
I do, but maybe that's my skewed vision. But I do think things are changing. I think in general, people are more open to entrepreneurial ideas than they used to be. I think with the changing economy, with the fact that pensions are not stable for people are not necessarily going to have pensions. People are not necessarily going to have stable retirements. I think there are so many people who don't necessarily want to work 24/7 now and not work again later. I think there are a lot of people who want to have their retirement look today like it will tomorrow, which is work some and play some and not wait until we're 60, 80, whatever, to live the life of our dreams. And I think more and more people are realizing it's not the life of our dreams, it's the life of our reality if we want to make it be that, because people are seeing more of us doing it and realizing that it's a possibility and realizing these are good, amazing, solid, positive people. Why wouldn't I want to take a look?
Yeah. Now, you talk about like more people seeing you're doing, and you also mentioned your kids. How old are your kids, by the way?
They're 9, 12, and 14. I have 2 boys and a girl.
So 3 kids. So can you share your daily routine? How do you make it all happen? That you go to the events and all that. How do you make it happen? When do you actually have time to build?
I generally, all three are in three different schools. So we have three different schedules at this point. The time when they're all gone is generally between 9 and 2:30. So I really focus hard on making that income producing activity time. And then they all know there might be some times when I do some calls in the evening, or I do an event here and there, or some training on the weekends. In general, we try and do family dinner time between 4 and 8 and homework time every night. So one of the things is they know if I say I'm doing a call, they're very mindful of the fact that this is just is not about me. It's about the family. This is about building their future, their legacy, what this means to all of us together. And I've said that from day one, said, what are your dreams? What are your visions? And they've talked about where they want to travel, what they want to do. So they know this is a family business. Likewise, I've worked very hard at giving them the time where my phone, my computer is turned off. And that was something I did not do as well in the beginning, and we all suffered. So I think the hours of operation working and the hours of operation not working have been exceedingly important on both sides of my business.
What excites you most about network marketing now?
I love the people. I just cannot believe the most amazing people I've encountered, the most amazing, positive, supportive people who just lift each other up. And I never envisioned truly what teamwork meant until I was in this business. Just just inspiring, authentic, genuine, positive, excited people. And I've grown so much from being part of that environment.
Fantastic. Hey, as we go towards the end of the show, some really quick questions to pick your brain. Okay.
Yeah.
And the first one is, what is one of your favorite success quotes that motivates you?
So I'm going to give you two. One of them is John Quincy Adams. If your actions inspire others to dream more, learn more, do more, and become more, you are a leader. I just think that's just a wonderful, wonderful quote. And the other one is from me that I thought I would share. Perseverance in the face of adversity is the difference between success and failure.
I like that. I'm thinking that's a good one. Well, what is one habit that's helped you become successful?
Consistency, I think, has really been helpful. And that was something that was really important when I was working on my dissertation. You sit down for the first time in your life and you have to complete a project that's 2 years or give or take in length. And there's no coursework along the way. There's no exam. There's no whatever. And so you really have to cut it down into bite-sized pieces. You really have to look at it as a marathon. And I think that was great training for this business, because so many people, they don't want to get rich quick scheme, but they want to get rich quick. And when it doesn't happen as quickly, they're wanting to quit rather than looking at this as a marathon and looking at this as consistently reaching out to 5 to 10 people a day, 3 to 5 years, and your life will change completely. But it's not always easy.
I agree. I always share that the consistency is like it's a muscle, right? And like when you share about your dissertation, I mean, I'm not that smart. I haven't that PhD, but I barely survived.
It's not about smart.
Exactly, it's not about smart, because I don't learn a thing. I don't remember I learned a thing from college. But the one thing the most important thing I learned from college was not quitting. Even when I got the C minuses, I didn't drop the class. There was times when I had to cram 10 chapters in a week, but I got a C minus, but I passed. I didn't quit. I think that actually, a lot of people, you're right, they don't want to get rich quick scheme, but they want to get rich quick. It just doesn't work. And so it's like whatever you do, just don't quit. I mean, whatever you're doing, just hang in there. Like, as long as you make it, I think like what Jennifer says, it builds a muscle and you develop the habit of being consistent and doing a little bit each day, but every single day.
Absolutely.
What's the best piece of advice you ever received, Jennifer?
That when I started, when my sponsor, who I had never met, I remember on that first day, she's like, you can't eat an elephant in one bite. And I just told myself that every day, because I would be completely overwhelmed of wanting to just share it all with everybody and start earning, 5 figures right out of the gate. And I'm like, slow down, can't eat an elephant in one bite, one training call a day, 5 calls a day, just slow down, because, you come out of the gate 150 miles an hour You burn out. You burn out. Pace yourself. Can't eat an elephant in one bite. And she told me that right from the beginning. And that was very, very helpful. So applicable in our business.
Good stuff. What is your favorite prospecting tool? So say someone is interested, it's a qualified prospect. Do you send them an online video, or do you give out samples, or do you do a webinar? Do you do a three-way call? What do you like to use?
I like to use all of them. And I think one of the things that we do is we try and find a formula instead of connecting with people. And I think sometimes it's really looking at individual people. Some people, I send them a sample and they enroll. Some people, I get them on a call and they enroll. Some people, I send them a video and they enroll. I mean, everything you mentioned, I absolutely use. I absolutely use our third-party tools that we have. But I think it's important not to just go in a formula. You always do X, Y, Z. I think it's important to build relationships and figure out what each individual needs.
Great answer. I think it goes back to people want to get rich quick.
Yes.
Right? One thing, the magical thing that works for everything. I don't need to do anything else. Right?
Yes.
It doesn't work that easy. Do you have a favorite online resource like a Dropbox or Evernote, or favorite app on your phone that you could recommend?
One thing that our team has done, which has been really great, we have a team Facebook page, which is really helpful, but we used a team messenger. So I created a messenger feed just for our team. And that has really eased up a lot on all of us and created a lot of leaders. I have team members right now. We're in just a couple of countries, so we're not in all time zones, but I know some of the people listening are in tons of time zones. And so to have people asking questions at all times of day and night, it's so helpful to have that messenger feed, and everybody can start taking on leadership positions and be answering those questions and be helping one another out in real time versus just posting on a team Facebook page. Sometimes there are things too that don't need to muddy up a team Facebook page. So it's really nice to have that messenger feed.
That's good. That's using Facebook Messenger. Very cool.
And then I just name it, our team name.
Got it. Good stuff. What is one book that you could recommend to MLM Nation?
I have two really, really helpful books. Again, I'm going to give you two. One of them, and this goes along with what we've been talking about, is The Compound Effect by Darren Hardy. I think it's just such a great read. It really shows some great illustrations on how if you consistently do whatever your thing is, eating healthy, exercising, our business, whatever, the compound effect, it's that whole analogy of the penny. You start off with 1 penny and very shortly how it can compound versus if you get $1 million right out of the gate. And the other one I really love is Simon Sinek's The Power of Why. And I think that's one thing a lot of times we forget to really connect with our why, because when you have a job, you have to go to the job or you're going to get fired. With our business, nobody's going to fire us. We're just not going to get paid if we don't do anything. And if we don't get paid, we're going to be less wanting to do something, and we lose sight of why we even did it to begin with. And I think Simon does a really great job of laying out the importance of connecting with our why and how to do so.
I love them. Hey, we think alike. Those are two of my favorite books, The Compound Effect and The Power of Why, right, by Simon Sinek. Good stuff. And MLM Nation, if you haven't already, you can get a free audiobook at MLMNationBook.com. That is MLMNationBook.com. Now, Jennifer, here's the last question, the $1 million question. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Here's the $1 million question. Imagine you had to start all over again and you knew no one, but you had all your current knowledge, skills, and wisdom. What's the first thing you do or the first place you go to find prospects and build an MLM business from scratch?
I think leaving my house, really just getting out of my house. There are people all over the place. And no, you don't walk up to them and say, hey, do you want to join my business? But you start relationship building, going to the grocery store, going to the coffee shop, going to the bookstore, joining meetup groups, joining a chamber, getting out of my house. When I started my business, I worked in an industry that was just me and a couple people behind a desk, and a lot of people who wouldn't necessarily be interested in the products we have to offer. And so I did a lot of that, just got out of my house, got out of the office.
What's the first place you'll go?
That is a great question. So it just depended. If my kids were with me, go to the playground, connect with people and friend them on Facebook and build relationships with them, finding people on LinkedIn, joining the chamber. There's a local coffee house where a lot of people hang out, and I've started to meet more people. Going to the school and volunteering there. They're just people all over the place, as long as you think about building relationships rather than who am I going to get to join me. It's a very different mindset.
As we wrap up, any last words of advice, and then what's the best way listeners can connect with you?
Listeners can connect with me if they would like through my email. It's Jennifer, JenniferJo McCune, MCCUNE, Jennifer Jo McCune @gmail.com. Last piece of advice is really, I think, be patient. Know that if you continuously do this business in 3 to 5 years and you're patient and you're consistent, it will happen. Be open to that, and be open to being coachable, and it's going to happen. And that can be really hard sometimes, that people are so excited about the destination, they don't enjoy the journey. Enjoy the journey and all this business has to offer you, and really know that it's going to happen.
Fantastic. Hey, Jennifer, I'm going to wrap up a little bit, and then I know you got to go. You can hop off, but I'm going to, for those on the Facebook Live, I'm going to do a little recap of what Jennifer just shared. Okay?
Thank you so much.
Wait, but don't leave yet. Don't leave yet.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Okay. MLM Nation, you're the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. And today, you may hang out with Jennifer McCune. So keep up the momentum and go to MLMNation.net and type in McCune, MCCUNE. Okay, MCCUNE, or just type in Jennifer at the search bar in the show notes, or the Nuggets of Wisdom, and Jennifer's email and contact info will be right there. In order to be successful in network marketing, you must help others. So Jennifer, thanks again for sharing your valuable time with MLM Nation. We're grateful to you, and we appreciate you for having a positive impact on millions of distributors worldwide. Thank you so much, and God bless you.
Thank you. You too. Thanks for inviting me, Simon. Take care.
Thank you, Jennifer. Have a great one. Take care.
You too. Bye-bye.
Hey, ML Nation, that was an awesome show from Jennifer McCune. For those on the Facebook Live feed, please connect with her. I tagged her on the post here. And I'm going to right now do a little recap, okay? Recap, let me get my notes up here. A lot of good stuff here, so here we go. Recap before I forget. From Jennifer McCune. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. MLM Nation, is Simon Chan, an awesome show from Jennifer McCune. Make sure to reach out to her. Go to MLMNation.net and just type in Jennifer at the search bar, or her last name, MCCUNE, and it'll pop right up. Definitely reach out to her. Really good stuff. I think the big lesson here, because there's a lot of big lessons here, but you can't eat an elephant in one bite. Your mouth is not that big, right? You can't eat an elephant in one bite. But we can always take down the elephant in one little chunks, right? So that's how she overcame fear. She was so nervous. She got anxiety. She lost like 10 pounds. She wouldn't even eat, but she's so nervous. But what she did, talk to 5 people a day. And time management wise, she set the time up, right? When the kids were gone, specific time where she built the business, right? When she was at her job, she gave up her lunch hour. Her lunch hour was the time when she make the phone calls, right? Every Sunday, she planned out. I think that's something that's really good. Most people don't do that. You have a weekly. You plan your week in advance. Every week on Sunday, she plans out, these are the people I talk to, and she made it happen, right? And during her downtime, when she had no one to talk to, that's when she listened to training calls in the car. So really good stuff. And it doesn't mean you have to learn everything all at once, just one thing at a time. You can't eat an elephant in one bite, smaller chunks of time. Look at the small steps. I love it. And then I think Jennifer and I have a lot in common, right? Because actually that's basically what I did. Every day from 4:30 to 6 p.m. I did that for 2.5 years. I wouldn't do anything else. All I did was prospect. Saturdays a little bit more, and Sundays I would plan out. I had a prospect list. This is the people I'm going to talk to. And that was basically my whole week. I had to reach out to these people and also meet new people as well. Now, talk about LinkedIn, okay? The LinkedIn, reaching out to people, and this could be social media, is her upline, who she never met, just posted something on a group, and I like you to follow on the process, okay, or the process, right? What she did was she messaged this person, they messaged back, and immediately set up a phone call. Okay, a phone call is very important. I always prefer the phone call better than messaging back and forth. Jennifer was interested. Upline got her on the phone, filtered it out. She was definitely even more interested. It was a good quality prospect, and did a 3-way call so that person was not doing the selling or presenting. Really important. Create curiosity, filter, qualify the person, and immediately bring it to the team in the upline. Let someone else present, and that's how she got started. 2 days later, she was in the business. Right? Really good stuff. Now, getting back to consistency. I love it. This is something you should write down. She asked her, what do you do differently at the end of the month? You don't do anything differently. The end of the month, the beginning of the month, the middle of the month, it's just like the beginning of the year, it's holiday season, everything's the same. Do it consistently, okay? Consistently. And all champions have routines. Jennifer has a routine for her kids. When the kids are in school, that's when she's doing her income-producing activities between 9 and 2:30. And then when it's family time, it's family time. But also, it's a family business. Letting the kids know it's a family business. This is actually very inspiring. As I've talked to more and more leaders, they share that. And like the kids know what the parents are doing, that it's all for them. Another thing, the habit of being consistent. So this is all about consistent eating the elephant. Don't quit, okay? It's because consistency is a muscle. Whatever you do it a little bit each day. The more you do it, you develop the habit. Some people ask me, Simon, how did you become so disciplined? I don't see myself as born disciplined. I definitely was not disciplined when I was younger, but I've learned to do small things and do them every day. And the fact that I do a little bit every day, whether it's working out or doing sit-ups or reading, the fact that I'm doing it daily, it builds that muscle. So when you do other things, like you're building your business, you're doing it consistently. If you're doing a Facebook Live or doing a podcast, you're doing it consistently every single day. 2 other good tips from Jennifer is using the team manager, like a team message group on Facebook Messenger. Really good stuff, right? So you're always in the loop. Select group of team members on the Facebook Messenger, the team message group. Good stuff there that you can definitely apply immediately. And also focus, if you're out there, you need to make prospects. Don't look for prospects. Instead, go out there and meet friends. Build relationships. In the long run, I'm telling you, you may think it's slow, but build genuine relationships. In the long run, it will all come back to you tenfold. Awesome show again from Jennifer McCune. Make sure you go thank her, Jennifer McCune, okay, MCCUNE. And if you like this, please take 2 minutes, subscribe, rate, and review on iTunes. The reviews mean a lot to us, also to the whole entire MLM community, showing people how much people love network marketing, what an awesome profession this is. And I love it. Just hear about Jennifer, how she's able to give back to the community. That's why I love network marketing. 3 beliefs. Number 1, it helps us fulfill our unlimited potential. Number 2, it allows us to give back more. And number 3, allows us to be better parents because we're always leading by example. We're creating that legacy. So really inspiring. Thanks again, Jennifer, for sharing. And thank you for listening. Thank you for watching the Facebook Lives. And thank you for sharing this. Go out there and make it happen. Remember, you can't eat an elephant in one bite. Go be consistent. Do it daily. Do different chunks of the day, but do it every single day because people need to hear your message. People need your help. I'm Simon Chan. I'm loud and proud to be network marketing. And remember, we're in the profession to help others. So go out there and have a positive impact on someone's life today. God bless you all. All right, everyone. So that is the recap there for Jennifer McCune. And about to call it a wrap here. So thank you, everyone, for watching. And by the way, if you haven't seen this, there's a very, very good, in terms of online video series, okay? How to become a recognized expert. So actually, for ML Nation, we just hit 2 million downloads. Thank you for the listeners who are out there. Okay, thank you for that. If you have you actually haven't checked it out, make sure mlmnation.net/expert. So you can check that out. And I will actually have another Facebook Live feed coming up in a little bit. Make sure you subscribe and get the notifications. But I'm out. I'm going to hang out with my kids for a little bit, and I'll be back soon. All right, everyone, go out there. Really good stuff from Jennifer McCune. Thank her. Remember, we're in a profession to help others, so go out there and have a positive impact on someone's life today. God bless you all.